Turn my video off. Um, if you could, first things first, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, if you've always been a creative or if you switched careers, and also, and how you pronounce your name.
Yeah, yeah. My name is Shuna, and I go by the artist name of Sana. I haven't always gone by that name. I used to go by Sonic Rain, and so I made that transition in right at the beginning of 2020. And so, yeah, I've always gravitated to music and art since I would say like early 2000s. I started off as a spoken word artist, but I've always grown up in a musical home because my dad is a musician. And so through my journey, through the arts here, I would say like even through doing spoken word, it has opened up like doors and ways for me to express myself even beyond poetry. And so I leaned in really into making music. I got involved in the open mics here in my city. I'm from Minnesota, Twin City, St. Paul, represent. um, and through
Not
that,
too bad, like Gia's not here.
yeah,
Our,
oh yeah, she's from here. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, she's our co-founder, and she's from Minnesota, and then she was a news anchor there, and then she moved out to the Bay Area.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Well, representing from her town. Yeah, so just a little bit about me. And then I got into a band. I started to learn how to write music. I played drums. We were a home alternative rock band where I got to really dabble into like the musical aspect of it. And then after that, I started to branch off and I worked on my solo stuff. That's when I really tapped into different areas of musical skills, but it- it's not just that, but as a um as a hmong queer person facing all these different oppressions and also navigating through my own gender identity, like I really needed to do this for myself, for healing, to really build my voice because I didn't really have a lot of support growing up or had the opportunity to do that at home. And when I found myself when I was doing music, that uh, it made my voice stronger and it made me it brought community and connections. And so I think for me, I love it because it brings that kind of element of healing um and connectedness for me. And then sorry, I'm just kind of thinking like, okay, what else am I going to share here? Oh, and then I love playing different musical instruments, but and I really dabbled into is making beats. And so I started to get into more music production. A lot of that you can find some of my work there at the Cedar Commission YouTube page under Sanaa, where I got to showcase a lot of those things, which was really great because it was like my first time really sharing that with the community publicly. And so now here I am. I've been doing these last 3 to 4 years doing youth advocacy work. And I just currently has transitioned out of my role there and now wanting to refocus back on my art. Um, and even through that, I would say I didn't get to touch too much of music. There was like I was still involved in music, but in terms of like releasing like projects and things like that. I haven't had a chance to do that. And so I feel like with this opportunity that Very Asian Foundation is offering right now, I'm like, this is great. This is like things are just coming, like the timing is just really right now. And I am wanting to uh, do that, do that. And on top of that, too, this is the 50th year of Southeast Asian folks resettlement in the US. And I just feel like it's meaningful and important that uh, I want to be part of that. because it's important to continue to include like QT voices um, uh, in this community and to continue to put the art out there. I think for me, sorry, I feel like I'm like kind of going all over. You stop me, okay?
No,
Stop.
no, no, you're fine. I mean, you're kind of no
Okay.
no, it's we want to hear more from you. I mean, again, it's one thing
Okay.
to and more about you because it's one thing to write about, but it's another thing to hear you talk about it. But I mean, that kind of goes into your project. If you could you tell us more about your project, what inspired you, what it entails, how you're going to use the grant money to finish your project, and if it's something that you can finish by the deadline, which is the end of September, and then we ask for a reel in October to share.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you're having some connection in and out there,
Oh,
but I think I got it.
oh yeah, sorry. I still have internet issues because
Okay.
I live in St. Louis and we got hit by a tornado, and so our internet is still, even though we have power back, but our internet still is like.
Oh, yeah. No, no, I caught what you're saying there. Um, I really want to create a track, just a one song, realistically with the timeline that you guys have set out. Um, and really like wanted to write a song that is rooted in healing, with words of empowerment. Um, because I think on top of that too, the inspiration came from this is like the 50th anniversary, and I think there's just a lot of emotions and thoughts about that. And I just feel like it's on like that again, it's important to include our voices, our journey, our stories. When I said we, I mean like specifically QT folks who identify as queer, trans, non-binary, as we don't get a lot of visibility to do that. And so I am really pushing to do that by creating a song that is rooted in healing, but also in empowerment, that can provide like hope and reflections for QT folks who can resonate can resonate with that song. In terms of like you asked about like the funds and things like that, how it would be used. The money would be used for studio use for like recording, for mixing, mastering, um, and then also collaborating with other QT folks, Southeast Asian QT folks, from musicians to so different genres, so musicians to poets, even to like graphic designers. I would love to um, have a really like awesome, dope cover art for the track, and then just like a fee just to pay for the music streaming platforms because you know nothing's for free. They want you to pay. And that's just because so that the song can be made available and accessible for everyone uh, that can listen to it. So that's kind of like how I budget down the project. And yeah, I think with the time you guys give, I think one song is doable. Is doable for that.
Okay, yeah, and with that, were you kind of
Easy.
hoping to maybe, because you said one track, so were you hoping
Mm.
to maybe do like um maybe like a, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the word for it. It just like completely eluded me. Um
Sorry.
an EP? Were you hoping maybe something
Uh,
like that later on?
yeah, I think it can transform to a lot of different projects, you know. Um, but I think with the given time, I'm gonna be realistic because um it's it's to me not realistic to do like let's say if you guys can you make an EP like that's not realistic to me. Um and so what felt more realistic is to make one track. And I feel like that track could be part of an ongoing project, that a project that I would love to continue to work on.
That's awesome. Yeah, one of our um, first group of recipients. It was 2023. Um, he was actually also on our review committee, and he goes by Super Smack. And so he wrote a song with the grant money, and then later he made a full album that he came out with the next year. So I mean, if whatever you decide to do, we'd love for you to share it with us. And I guess that was another thing too. Besides the grant, you know, we know it's not a huge amount of money, but are there other ways that VAF can help you, in any way, like in terms of social media or just connection, community, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm really hungry for connection, like meeting other Southeast Asian artists, whether they're like musical artists or just artists who are active in the community, who are doing really amazing things. I would love to connect with other folks too. I think that's really important to me. It's like building relationship.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, one of the things that we always tell our grant recipients, our previous ones, is like even after the grant and after your project, we still want you to tag us on social media and share your project so that we can share your work, even if it doesn't even have to be like some big project, right? It's just how you're doing. Like we want to know and we want to share. So, because we don't want it just that relationship to just end, at the grant. And another thing,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, it's great because that's also why, especially that our one of our super smack, we had asked him if he would work with us for this year's grant, committee. And so we want to continue that relationship. And so even for people who don't get the grant, we're always like still share with us, because again, our mission is to highlight the Asian American experience, whatever that looks like. Because not everyone's story is different. So, we want to share as many stories as possible. Um, and one of the as part of our mentorship program, um, we we collaborated with a group. Um, Man, it was started by Sophia Chang, and
Hmm.
you might be familiar with her since you're in the musical industry. So she was like the first like female Asian American, like figure in like hip hop. And she was like Wu-Tang Clan's like manager. So she started a mentorship program, and then she will provide like a free 1 year free membership to our grant winners. And you can sign up for their classes, meet up. They'll like pair you up with different people in their community. So it's definitely an awesome program. Um, and so we'll definitely send all of our recipients
What kind of
information on
mentorship
that.
sorry, I don't know if I
Um,
missed the beginning. What kind of mentorship program is it?
so let me look it up again. I
That clarification.
Oh, of course, of course. So um, well, getting back to the interview, before I get too
Yeah.
sidetracked, I'm sorry. Um,
Okay. No, you're fine. You're
Um,
fine.
you already mentioned this kind of briefly when you talked about when you kind of introduced yourself, but again, it's not a large amount
Mm,
of money. And but you know, how will this grant help you personally? Because you are a big community member, you're involved with the community, so sometimes we forget about kind
mhm.
of ourselves. Um, and I know that also from personal experience. Like you give yourself to everything else except for yourself. So it's like kind of wanted your yeah, thoughts about how
Yeah.
it would help, how it would help you, what it would mean for you.
Okay, I think I caught that. Yeah. Financially, we're talking about financially. It would help me to just meet my basic needs here. Whether make from like getting food, to even help paying like rent. Um, Something that I'm more thinking about is I got into the sabbatical program and I'm really working on rest right now. But also like tapping into like my gifts too at the same time. And so with that in mind, I would like to also treat myself to rest. But I want to like get like equipments that help me with that, like even like massaging equipments or even signing up for some wellness programs and classes here that I offer here. I would love to like contribute back into my pour back into myself too, so that I can be able to show up my best for my community. So those are just the things how I would use the funds to help me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I was meaning more just like the how would the project um like by you the by receiving the grant and using it towards your project, like how what does that mean to you personally? Sorry. uh,
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I think that got caught. Okay. Like you want to know how this money will help with the project and what that means to me?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I think it means a lot because this will help fund the project obviously, to create this song, and it would provide opportunities for me to collaborate with other QT folks. For me, it's just really building that connection and community. That's the deep essence for me. This money will allow that to happen, so that everyone can get paid respectfully, and that this can get created. Because I know, like, I can't just create this. I don't want to I want this to be something where I get to do it with my community.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I mean, that's
And
wonderful.
artistically, yeah, like I mean that too, right? But also like um as a music artist, like I want to be able to also use my platform to share and to show um these different like stories, right? Stories that I would like to put together through the songs, like to continue to share the stories, but also like um I think for me, just personally too, musically, challenge myself. Like I said earlier, I mentioned like I'm getting deep into the musical productions aspect of it. My dream is to become a music producer, and performer. So that looks like creating, that looks like also performing it. And I would like to showcase that through this song as well too.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. I'm really excited. We're all really excited to hear or um, to see your work come alive and to hear this amazing, that already sounds amazing project come to life. And then, real quick, just a couple more questions. How did you
Yeah.
hear about our grant? And if you had any feedback about the grant process?
Sorry, you're asking how did I hear about the grant, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why it's not. How, how did you hear about the grant, and then if you had any feedback about the process?
Yeah, I heard the grant actually through my friend, because she's really like well connected in community and like she's really good at sharing resources. And so when I told her about just my dreams and goals, she's like, "Hey, you should check out this grant. It's coming out. And I was like, wow, like this is really great. And so that's how I heard it. In terms of the process, I think you're asking for a little bit of feedback for me around like the process and stuff. Um, I would say I actually didn't mind the process of doing it, like the application. I love that it wasn't so complicated. I know you know that grants can be really tedious and very, very hard systematically. And so I really appreciate that you guys were trying to not do that, trying to not be so in, having those elements and creating those barriers. Um, so I appreciate that. A thing I would add is I think just continue to promote it so that other folks can, so we can reach more folks and more folks can be more aware about it. Sometimes when you're not in the connection or networks of people, sometimes you don't know or hear about it. Fortunately, I'm connected to folks, so I was able to hear it. But if the goal, it just depends what you guys' goals are, right? If the goal is like, hey, we really want this to be like I don't know, I'm just gonna be dramatic, like we want the whole world to hear it, then I think then you would have to just do a little bit of work around. I don't know if that's like marketing or promoting it, but I think what I'm trying to say is to just expose that even more so that people know about it and can have a shot at applying for this grant.
No, that I mean that's great. That's great to know because we do want to reach more people, and right now it's been social media and really word of mouth. So we also hope that our grant winners will also keep sharing it in their communities because we do realize there aren't a lot of opportunities for the Asian American community, and a lot of times we don't know to look for it. Um,
Mhm.
so no, thank you for that. And lastly, will you be able to, if you get this grant, will you be able to attend our luncheon October 19th in Seattle?
Yeah, I think you're saying, will I be able to attend Seattle show or
Yes,
the event?
our event on
Okay.
October
Yeah,
19th.
I would love to, honestly. My only thing is I mentioned before I'm in a sabbatical program, and I come back home that Sunday.
Repeat that again.
Yeah. I could reshare that. I was just saying that because I'm part of a sabbatical program, we have a retreat that weekend. I come home that Sunday, and I noticed that the event is on a Monday evening, right? Am I right?
It's actually Sunday, October 19th.
Oh, it's Sunday. On the night.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I do want to come. Um, I will let's go. I just gotta talk to the program managers to see if
Mm-hmm.
I can on that day. And I don't know what in terms of like what kind of plans you guys have for folk for the grantees, they're flying in on that day only, or if you guys are wanting um a day before.
I mean,
Do you know?
it is totally up to you. Oh, oh,
Okay.
no, it's totally up to you. We will provide a $500 travel stipend for your plane
Okay.
tickets, and then we will provide a one night stay, hotel stay. So it's totally up to you. I'm pretty sure last year one of our recipients had to fly in that morning because of our schedule. So it's really up to you. I mean, and then of course
Oh,
some
okay,
people
okay,
wanted
okay.
to stay longer, so they came earlier, but we will provide a one night stay Saturday night, and then of course we will provide a stipend for airfare and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So yeah, if you could just let us know, um, we've been asking everyone to let us know like
Yeah.
by the end of July, if possible, because we'll be selling tickets in August. So starting selling tickets in August. I know it's oh my gosh, it's almost August. Anyway, um,
Yeah, when? when will I hear back from you if I get this grant or not? Because that would kind of help me navigate this too. Like, when do we hear back from you guys?
Well, that's the next thing. I wanted to tell you officially, congratulations. You are one of our recipients.
What? What? Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank- Oh my God. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I mean, I was like, oh no, don't cut us off yet. I haven't gotten to that part. So yes, congratulations. We're so excited to see your project come to life. I mean, uh,
Okay.
we knew, but we also wanted to meet you first. But you were,
Wow.
yeah, you were one of our, you were out of our, we had 8 committee members, and you were our top 5. So, I mean, we had like 250 applicants. So, congratulations. We're
Oh
so
my God.
excited to work with you and hopefully see you in person. Um, and so
Yeah.
our admin, our assistant, Shelby, will send out an email to everyone on Friday, uh,
Mhm.
at the earliest. And she'll give you all of this stuff. She'll give you a reminder about Sunday Fun Day luncheon, about the stipend.
Just
She'll, send. Of course, we need your W-9s, that all that kind of stuff. But I can just stop recording.